The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, we have some interesting news about Manny Pacquiao, the Philippines' very own. I feel like it's been a long time since I've really sat here, dug in, and made a Manny Pacquiao video. So I'm glad to be sitting here making a Manny Pacquiao video because the reality is this: whether you like it or not, Manny Pacquiao, based on current form, based on resume, based on just who he is in this sport of boxing. I know we got a lot of Crawford fans on this channel. As I'm a Crawford fan, we have a lot of Spence fans on this channel, as I'm a Spence fan. But the reality is Manny Pacquiao might still have a legitimate claim as the #1 welterweight in the world. And these Crawford and Spence gonna have to come see Manny Pacquiao next year. Because they sure as hell ain't seeing each other because they want to play A-side, B-side politics. So if they want to play around with each other, they're both going to try to use Manny Pacquiao as some sort of leverage to fight each other. So they might just ruin what could be the biggest fight in the welterweight division, but that is their prerogative, not mine. Now, getting to Manny Pacquiao, he has stated in a recent article that he's looking to fight two times next year. Manny Pacquiao. He didn't fight all of 2020, and it don't really mean a damn thing because we know when it's bum time, when it's time for Manny Pacquiao to get to the nitty-gritty and fight, that he's going to be prepared. He's going to train his ass off. He's going to do his 4,000 sit-ups for his warm-up. The guy is just built different. Now, they were saying, Pacquiao was saying that he won't be able to fight the first quarter of 2020 because of senatorial duties in the Philippines. As many of us know, he is the senator of the Philippines. He said, I quote, "We still have sessions in March, so there's no way I'm going to fight during that time. I think I can do two fights next year." Choi Garcia, who is one of Manny Pacquiao's aides in the Philippines, as far as congressionally speaking, told the paper that he does not expect the boxer to fight without fans in attendance, saying, I quote, "I just don't see him fighting without any crowd involvement. He draws energy from the crowd. No one knows when his next fight will be." Now, that, not a whole lot to unpack there, but it's pretty straightforward stuff. Manny Pacquiao is looking for that smoke. Free smoke Pacquiao. He's looking for that smoke because I'm sure Manny Pacquiao has been sitting. He's been, he's had his arms folded, posted up somewhere in the Philippines while he's putting someone to death. He's had his arms. He's been listening to the chatter of who's the best welterweight in the world, Crawford or Spence, and he's got to be sitting there thinking to himself, being the competitive beast that he is, being the guy that's at his advanced age of 41, I think 41 years old, still such a great fighter in the division, and he has legitimate claim to the #1 spot. Nobody seems to be acknowledging Manny Pacquiao as the best welterweight in the world. And he's going to want to go on there and try to put that exclamation point on what's been an unprecedented run of success in the sport of boxing. Now, it's been talked about many times on this channel before. I've said it already. Look, I think Crawford and Spence should fight each other next because I feel like if either one of them, I don't care if it's Crawford and I don't care if it's Spence, I think either one of them fighting Manny Pacquiao is a very difficult task, and you're running a massive risk of the fight losing its luster due to one of them taking a loss. Because the reality is this: I made the video already last year. I said it once, I'll say it again. Errol Spence Jr. and his style is tailor-made for Manny Pacquiao. Errol Spence likes to come forward and barrel down at you in straight lines and whatnot. And Errol Spence is a great fighter. He's a fantastic fighter. I just think Manny Pacquiao's style, the way he fights, the angles, the punch power, the speed, is all wrong for Errol Spence Jr. And if he fights Manny Pacquiao, I'll just go on record again. I'll say it for the second time. I said it in 2019. I'll say it again in 2020. If Errol Spence Jr. fights Manny Pacquiao, he's going to lose Manny Pacquiao. He is going to lose to Manny Pacquiao. Terence Crawford, on the other hand, I think that's a more difficult fight for Manny Pacquiao because of the reach, because of I don't want to say the size because everybody's bigger than Pacquiao. He's used to fighting people that are bigger than him, but I think because of the reach, the tools, the versatility, the punching power, the boxing IQ, the little short, sharp, awkward punches he can throw from weird ass angles. Because people don't talk about it enough. Terence Crawford can punch weird angles too. People make a lot about his skills and his knockouts and how dominant he is, but nobody talks about the fact that he throws punches from weird angles too. So I feel like Pacquiao versus Crawford will be a very intelligent but aggressive chess match, and we'd really see Terence Crawford's boxing IQ, his durability, and his defense put to the test. And Manny Pacquiao would represent the first full fledged A-level name on his resume. So I think if we're looking at who needs to fight more, it's probably Crawford needs it more than Spence. But Spence is more likely to get it of the two because of his connection and affiliation to the PBC. But you gotta really admire Manny Pacquiao. He's still out here taking on these challenges at his advanced age of 41 years old. Dude's not even a full-time boxer no more, and he still has a legitimate claim to the welterweight #1 spot. You know, so that's what it is. That's what it is. And I think things gonna beat Errol Spence if they fight. I hope they do fight because I want to go live for that fight. That'll be a fun fight to go live for, and definitely one worth talking about. And same thing with Crawford. Crawford's wanted this fight for so long because they're both with Top Rank, and the fight could never get done back then due to people involved with Top Rank and guarantees and Crawford, just business stuff not really lining up. But Terence Crawford's on record and he's already said, look, Manny Pacquiao is the last great fighter still fighting, because Floyd is retired, Morales is retired, Barrera's retired, Coto's retired. So, Pacquiao is the last man standing, and Crawford wants to be the guy that kindly sends him into retirement. And you know what? I think Terence Crawford is capable of that. I think he's capable of beating Manny Pacquiao. I don't want to say he's going to put on a masterclass performance because this is Pacquiao, and to put on any sort of masterclass against Pacquiao is going to take something extra special. And you gotta understand, like Pacquiao, ring inactivity at this advanced stage of his career isn't a bad thing. Manny Pacquiao not fighting for a year and a half might actually be a good thing because he knows how to fight. He's been in so many world championship fights. He's the most experienced fighter at the world championship level we have left in boxing. There is nobody more experienced than the old master, Manny Pacquiao. And the fact that he's rested, the fact that he hasn't taken any punishment or anything like that in about a year or so, it actually benefits him because once he gets back into the swing of training, your muscle memory takes over. All the rounds and the practice you had in the gym before, all that takes over, and it's all about just getting in shape and being in peak physical condition. And Manny Pacquiao knows how to get into peak physical condition. So the year off did more good than anything. I'm looking forward to seeing Manny Pacquiao because he is the ace in the hole. He is the wild card in the welterweight division. Everybody's talking about Crawford. Everybody's talking about Spence, about how those two guys are #1 welterweight. And nobody's considering the possibility that Manny Pacquiao could, basically fuck everything up and beat both these guys. He's still that good at his age. And if not beating both of them, he's at least good enough to beat one of them. And we'll see who it is first. But that's the news. Manny Pacquiao says that he wants 2 fights in 2021, and it seems to be a massive year for boxing ahead. So let me know what you guys think. Manny Pacquiao wants 2 fights next year. He thinks he's going to fight 2 times next year. There's only 2 fighters that I think he's going to fight. They mentioned Mikey Garcia, but, come on. He going to beat the brakes off Mikey Garcia, but that'd be a good fight too, I guess. Let me know what you guys think. How do you think Manny Pacquiao fares against Errol Spence and Terence Crawford? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you agree that he'll beat Errol Spence and that his style is tailor-made for Manny Pacquiao, or is your boy BT crazy and being a pack-tard? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just kidding from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.